Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Dewbauchee Rapid GT Classic, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road in the snow. You can vote for the vehicles that you want to see in the regular Will It Off-Road series by clicking on the link in the description down below. Of course, there is no voting for the snow vehicles because, well, I recorded them almost a year ago. 10 months ago, in fact. I think this car was brand new, honestly, when I recorded it at the time. I can't remember exactly when this car came out, but I'm pretty sure it was new. Everybody mistook it for a Mustang, when in fact it is a Dewbauchee, and we later got the Rapid LE. And all along I said this wasn't a Mustang. Look at it closely and you'll see people argued with me, and the Rapid LE came out. And I was right. Anyway, enough about that. The Dewbauchee Rapid GT Classic is a good car. I love this car. I don't get to drive it very often because it is on my second character, and I just don't play on my second character all that much. He's mainly a car collector for me. I do my daily objectives and then switch right back to my first character. It's kind of sad. But every once in a while I will play on my second character just to enjoy the cars that he has. And he has my entire Dewbauchee collection. So, there you go. That's why this car's on the second character. But I do love this car. In the snow, it's a bit of a handful, though, because it has a lot of low-end grunt. That torque is just there, meaning that it struggles a lot on the mountain here to really put down any power whatsoever without the rear wheels spinning. You can hear that I'm just constantly on and off the throttle. Just wanted to be quiet there for a minute so you could hear what I was talking about with the throttle. It's just trying to find that spot where I can get the car to move forward without the wheels spinning a lot. Because when those wheels start spinning, the back end really wants to come around. And so it was a bit of a struggle in that regard. But it is making steady progress, if not slow progress. My buddy Rocket is right behind me in his 9F, doing much better with its all-wheel drive. Which is why he's just right on my tail the whole time. You can see he had a bounty. We should have taken it from him. In the passenger seat is Taco's Potatoes. That tells you how long ago I recorded this video. He doesn't even play GTA anymore. I mean, we haven't seen him in months. Miss you, Tacos. You need to come play with us. I know you're bored of GTA. Come play with us anyways. We're bored of GTA too. And there we go. That's what I was talking about with the torque. The back end wanting to come around. Right there was a prime example. Just one little slip up in this car and you spin. Even on dry pavement it's that way, but even more so in the snow. Just really struggled to get up that last uphill section trying to get it to get grip. And just a lot of times it won't. Believe it or not, this is not full throttle. I know it sounds like it, but that's because the wheels are spinning, so it starts bouncing off its rev limiter. Definitely can't get full throttle through this section because it'll slide right off the side of the mountain. It's really narrow back there. But we're going to once again start struggling with grip issues here as we go up the last little steep section. And this is just, again, I know it sounds like it's full throttle, but it's not. I was really trying to modulate the throttle to try to find a place that the wheels would stop spinning, and they just wouldn't. Coming close to the 4-minute mark, and we're just now to this last difficult climb. And, well, yeah, I don't think it's going to make it without a little bit of a run-up. We have to do this a lot in the snow and come back here a little bit to this flat section, well, flatter section. And then power our way up. Rocket showing off in his all-wheel drive sports car. But there we go, not too much drama. And we are up in 4 minutes, 12 seconds. Will it off-road in the snow? Yeah, surprisingly, I didn't think it would make it. I thought it would have way too much torque, but it did it. And it did it fairly well, not the best time. It comes in 12th overall. Just behind the police road cruiser that you see in the North Yankton prologue to GTA 5. and just ahead of the Tropos Rally, believe it or not. I'm going to have to go back and watch that video to see why the Tropos Rally got such a low time. Must have crashed or something, because that's surprising. The Tropos Rally is an amazing off-road car. I don't know, maybe it too suffered with wheel spins with this rear-wheel drive. Going back down the mountain shouldn't be too much of an issue, even though I nearly drove off the side. The Rapid GT does have fairly good brakes, so it's just a matter of not getting too much speed so that the brakes don't lock up in the snow. And that's really what I'm trying to control here. By the way, this is the first time I've done kind of like a hybrid wheel at off-road. As you can probably tell from the thumbnail, the next vehicle is one that was voted for recently. It's a newer car, and it was just recorded a few days ago. Whereas this car was recorded like back in December of last year, I think. I don't remember exactly when I recorded it. But I've never, I don't think at least, I've ever done a mixture of bullet off-road in the snow and a regular run. But the reason I did it is this is the final car I had recorded. Ooh, that was dangerous. I almost went off the edge. I don't know how I managed to save that. Ooh, that's a pretty paint color. Forgot that I had this thing painted like that. But anyway, this is the final car that I had recorded in Wild Off-Road in the Snow. I do actually have two others. You'll see them make an appearance. Wow, that back end kicked up. But you'll see them make an appearance when I finally get enough footage to do my Will It Off-Road fails. Because they were both pretty bad. Driver error combined with just not the right car for the snow meant there were some fails. I am working on that video, and I'm slowly but surely getting more and more to go with it. Oh, okay, we're going to slide off the side here. Head onto our roof. Saved it. Just going to go ahead and drive forward from here instead of going back up to where we fell off. What the hell? But yeah, I am working on I think I'm going to call it when testing goes wrong or something like that. I don't know. But I've got a lot of footage saved to one of my hard drives of just bloopers and mistakes and cars that just behave weirdly and glitched out on rocks and all kinds of strange stuff. And we'll eventually get that video posted. I'm not sure how much more time the Will It Off-Road series has. I mean, it's been going close to 2 years now. And with GTA kind of reaching a constant decline in viewership and interest, I'm just not sure that there's a whole lot of interest left for Will It Off-Road either. Still a fun series for me to make. I like doing it. But we are down in our controlled descent in 3 minutes 12 seconds, so a full minute and some odd faster than we got to the top. Which means we now have to do our damage descent. And in the snow, they're always fun because it's hard to get the car to even go off that ramp. This isn't going to be pretty, you can already tell. Oh yeah, there goes the door. A little tree claimed the first door. The mountain claimed the second door. Yeah, it's going to shed body panels a couple more times, I do believe. Getting chased by one of our doors right now. I don't know where Rocket is. I don't know if he went down the other side of the mountain or if he was already down. Looks like he's already down. Didn't come back up with us. But Tacos is still in the passenger seat. Oof, look at this car. It is just taking a beating and a half. There goes the hood. Exposing that beautiful engine. Looks like we've already lost part of one tail light. It looks like all the headlights are probably gone at this point. I can't quite tell. Well, the lights are on, so if it spins back around, we'll be able to get a good look. No engine damage, though. That's a good thing. Some cars are rattling by now. This one seems to be using its armor quite well. Managed to nail the tree, and I really thought that was going to get us stuck, but it didn't. But I didn't think I'd get back up the hill, so I just decided to do a really elongated J-turn there. The bumpy muddy bit is even more treacherous in the snow because it becomes extra slippery. And of course all the bumps unsettle every single car that drives through here, except the most capable off-roaders. Managed to tag a tree, trying to get through this last little tunnel here. We're going to make a jump up around the wood pile. Back in comes around, managed to nail the wood pile. What are you going to do? And there's Rocket once again, but we are down for our damage descent. 1 minute 54 seconds almost in the road. Let's take a look at the damage. All but one light is gone. The hood and the doors gone. The trunk will not close, and there is actually some minor body damage here and there. Kind of surprising. But that is going to bring us to our next vehicle. The Pegassi Tezeract, an electric supercar with those gorgeous light-up wheels. This car currently holds the most votes, coming in with 26, and that's actually true. I still haven't managed to get the most voted for vehicle to spawn again, even after my first failed recording attempt. And we are once again at sunset with recording on Xbox One. Last week I said that the XXR was delayed and was running in, at night because of rain. No, it was running because of something you'll see in the when testing fails video for Will It Offroad. It had an issue with a rock, like a big issue. This is the car that was delayed because of a rainstorm. Just as we got ready to go, like right after I hit the record button, it started raining. And I really try not to do Will It Off-Road in the rain. I like for the cars to be able to get a run all in dry weather. I have done some in the past in the rain, and I just kind of abandoned it. I just don't think it's a good idea. So the Tezeract, if I'm not mistaken, it's all-wheel drive, and that really helps it. So does its lightweight. However, the all-wheel drive does do some weird things because it's trying to use those front wheels to both drive and steer. It causes the steering to be really, I don't know, really twitchy. Sometimes it's really, really sensitive to input. You'll see several times that the car just kind of lurches back and forth. I don't know if it does that on the street. I don't own this car. This is, once again, Sparing Donkey 30's personal vehicle, not mine. By the way, beautiful paint job you have on this, buddy. But I don't know. The steering was just weird. I don't know if it's a dirt thing or not, but it just gets really, really glitchy. You can see there, I was kind of bobbing back and forth, trying to keep it going straight. I don't know what's up with that. I think it has something to do with the all-wheel drive system in this car, though. This is one of the few electric cars that accelerates slightly slower than the others and reaches its top speed a little more gradually, giving it a higher top speed. Part of that's due to the handling files that indicate like downforce and the drag coefficient and stuff like that. And I think this car has massive amounts of downforce, if I remember right. Could be wrong. I could be confusing it with something else, but I'm pretty sure it's true. But it's making a really, really impressive run up the mountain. I mean, we're just now at 2.5 minutes, and we're almost there. So this is going to push this Tezeract way high up the list. Way better than we saw from the XXR last week, which kind of disappoints me. I always root for Entity because I love them all. No drama whatsoever climbing the side of that hill. And we are up to the top of Mount Chiliad. 2 minutes, 50 seconds. Will it off-road? Like most supercars, yes. Yes, it will. Putting it in 5th place in supers, coming just after, or sorry, 6th place. Coming just after the 811, which is in 5th, and the Penetrator, which is now going to be moved down to 7th. So we go for our controlled descent, and my only big concern here, well, there's two concerns. One, I had to once again fiddle with the brightness and contrast so you can see the damn car, because it is nighttime. But I did my best to get some color correction here, and make the car as visible as possible. But number two, and this is a concern of the actual car itself, is it's very lightweight. Very lightweight. And a lot of times lightweight cars struggle on some of the jumps because they want to stay airborne, and that causes some really, really tricky predicaments to pop up. However, the Tezeract is really handling the bumps so far like a champ. It stays planted. Gosh, I do like those light-up wheels. They are really cool. I mean, you can see every time it gets air, it's really composed. It comes right back down without a lot of drama. So, despite the lightweight, it seems to be doing okay. Even over that really uneven bit, really composed. Which is just so uncharacteristic for the super light cars in this game. They normally get tossed and bounced around. Just an unbelievable amount. So, hats off to Pegassi. Well, the Rockstar designers, but you know what I mean. I'm going to stick with the fiction of Pegassi being a real thing here. Coming up to a big jump, and again, just not a lot of drama. It's really easy to control. It's really easy to land and get it back underway after every jump. We'll see how we do on this final big jump. And again, effortless. That last little bump there kind of caused me to lose grip, and the back end wanted to come around. And then the same thing happened right there. Went over a bump, the back end kicked up as I was mid-turn, causing it to spin all the way around, but it was really easy to get going back straight again. And this thing's so controllable, I got really overzealous with the speed there and just went flying. And that's the result right there, spin out. Gonna bring it down our last little bit of dirt trail here. Just trying to make sure we don't get bounced off of the roadway, but managed to do it anyway. But look at it climb right back up. I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed by this car. I don't know that I'll ever own it just because of its price. And it's not really competitive. Plus, it would go on my second character where I would never see it anyway, because he owns all the Pegassis. But it's making a really good run downhill, and we end up at 2 minutes, 46 seconds. So let's go ahead and take the Tezeract back to the top of Mount Chiliad, where we waited for daylight before we began our damage descent. It's already a little bit muddy, a couple scratches here and there, but it's in great shape. Let's see what happens. Oh, it looks like we lost the windows somewhere. I guess Donkey needed to pause this game. I don't really know. By the way, you can hang out with Sparing Donkey in our Discord server. That's right. Donkey is a regular in Discord, despite the fact that he is just a lowly console peasant. I use that term with affection. I mean, I look behind me and I have literally a wall of consoles. Grew up on consoles. Just was in my adult years that I switched to PC gaming. Stuck a little bit upside down here against this boulder, but the car isn't really struggling to turn over. It just was slow to do it because of the weird angle. And we're back underway. But yeah, you can come hang out with Donkey in Discord. He chats almost every day. In fact, he has some really high XP because of the amount of time he chats. You earn XP in our Discord for using the chat rooms. All of them. Every chat room you can get into, you earn XP. And there's a ranking system that one of our bots keeps track of who talks the most. Nice jump right into that tunnel. Again, that's really a credit to just how composed this car can be. A little too much speed through there and it bounced up and had a bit of a catastrophe. But look at it through this bumpy bit. It's just really... I don't know. For being a supercar, it does really good. It's really composed. I'm very surprised by it. But we are down 1 minute, 41 seconds. Let's take a look at the damage on the Tezeract. We've got 3 busted windows. Surprisingly, the reverse lights don't work anymore. It's only light out. The doors won't close, and it's kind of muddy. And that's going to do it for this episode of Will It Off-Road. Don't forget to go vote for the vehicles that you want to see featured in Will It Off-Road by clicking on the link in the description down below. And once again, thanks to my buddy Sparing Donkey 30 for the use of his car. Until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.